Hello everyone, welcome to our channel, and today we're going to be discussing the self, the center of personality by Carl Jung. So let's get right into it. In this video, we will be looking at the main ideas in the self, the center of personality by Carl Jung. This essay was written in 1958 for the 26th International Congress of Psychology held in Moscow. In the essay, Jung discusses how he developed his concept of the self over the years and its importance in personality. Let's take a look at some key ideas in this complex work. As always, this video is based on my own personal opinion and understanding of the material and not meant to be a substitute for professional advice or help. If you are struggling with any mental health concerns, please reach out to a qualified mental health professional. If you find this video helpful, please share it with others who may also find insight in it. Also, a huge thank you to all of our supporters who support us through various platforms. We truly appreciate your generosity and support. Now let's begin. The first point we need to address is what exactly Jung means by self. According to Jung, the self is the center of personality. It contains everything that we think, feel, do, and experience. Jung believed that the self is the most important aspect of our psyche because it is what gives our life meaning and purpose. He described the self as an archetype, which is an innate, universal psychic structure that influences human behavior and personality. The self-archetype is present in all people and cultures and manifests itself in different ways. For example, Jung believed that the self is manifested in the mandala, which is a symbol of wholeness and unity found in various cultures and religions. Jung believed that the self develops over the course of our lives. Through our interactions with others and our experiences, it is shaped by both our conscious and unconscious thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Jung argued that the goal of life is to develop a strong, healthy self that can integrate all aspects of our personality, including our shadow self. This is a concept Jung introduced in one of his previous works. To put it simply, the shadow self consists of the negative aspects of our personality that we tend to ignore or repress. Jung believed that by integrating our shadow self into our conscious personality, we can become more complete and whole individuals. To better understand Jung's concept of the self, let's look at his 4 main points presented in the essay. First, Jung talks about how he came up with his idea of the self. He explains that the term self is often used casually, but has a deeper meaning in psychology. Jung explored various definitions of the term and found them lacking, because they did not fully capture the complexity of the concept. This led him to develop his own definition of the self, which he describes as the center of personality. Second, Jung discusses the relationship between the self and the psyche. He believed that the psyche, which refers to the human mind and personality, is made up of 3 parts: the ego, the personal unconscious, and the collective unconscious. The ego is the part of the psyche that is responsible for our conscious thoughts, feelings, and actions. The personal unconscious contains thoughts, feelings, and memories that have been repressed or forgotten, and the collective unconscious consists of universal, innate psychic structures called archetypes, which Jung believed are inherited from our ancestors. Jung argued that the self is located in the unconscious mind and acts as a unifying force. For the psyche, it influences our thoughts, feelings, and behavior by providing a framework for understanding our experiences and giving meaning to our lives. Third, Jung talks about the development of the self. He believed that the self is not fixed, but rather develops over the course of our lives. Jung proposed 4 stages of self-development. The first stage is the state of psychic homelessness, which occurs when the ego has not yet developed a strong sense of identity. This can lead to feelings of confusion and instability. The second stage is the formation of the persona, which is the social mask that we wear in different situations. Jung believed that the persona can become too rigid and prevent us from being our true selves. The third stage is the development of the shadow, which represents the unconscious, repressed aspects of our personality. By recognizing and integrating our shadow, we can become more whole and complete individuals. The fourth and final stage is the achievement of individuation, which is the process of becoming a fully realized, integrated individual. This involves recognizing and accepting all aspects of ourselves, including our light and dark sides. Jung believed that individuation is the ultimate goal of psychological development, and that it requires courage, perseverance, and a willingness to confront our deepest fears and desires. And finally, Jung discusses the importance of the self in psychotherapy. He believed that helping clients become aware of their self is essential in the healing process. Jung also believed that dreams could provide valuable insights into the self and that dream analysis could be a powerful tool in therapy. Now let's talk about some of the strengths of Jung's ideas on the self. One strength is that Jung's theory is holistic. He saw the self as an integrated whole that encompasses all aspects of our personality, not just our conscious thoughts and feelings. By recognizing the importance of the unconscious mind and the collective unconscious, Jung was able to provide a more comprehensive understanding of the self. Another strength is that Jung's theory is dynamic. He believed that the self is not static but develops over the course of our lives. This allows for greater flexibility and growth in his theory and recognizes that we are constantly changing and evolving beings. Additionally, Jung's theory is highly insightful and has had a profound impact on fields such as psychology, literature, art, and spirituality. His ideas on the self have inspired countless individuals to explore their own inner depths and seek personal growth and transformation. However, there are also some limitations to Jung's ideas on the self. One limitation is that his theory is highly abstract and difficult to test scientifically. Concepts like the collective unconscious and archetypes are not easily quantifiable, making it challenging to measure or verify them empirically. This makes it difficult to test the validity of Jung's theory and has led to criticism from those who prefer more concrete, empirical approaches to psychology. Another limitation is that Jung's theory is potentially culturally biased, as Jung's work was largely influenced by his Swiss cultural background. Some critics argue that his concepts and ideas may not apply universally to all cultures and societies. This raises questions about the generalizability of Jung's theory and the potential impact of cultural factors on the self. Additionally, Jung's theory has been criticized for being overly focused on the individual and not taking into account the influence of social and political factors on personality and behavior. Some argue that Jung's emphasis on personal growth and self-discovery ignores the broader social context and power structures that shape our lives. This raises questions about the role of sociocultural factors in shaping the self and the limitations of an individualistic approach to psychology. Despite these criticisms, Jung's ideas on the self remain highly influential in the field of psychology and continue to inspire new perspectives and research. His work has had a significant impact on the development of depth psychology and has been highly influential in fields such as literature, art, and spirituality. Overall, Jung's concept of the self is a comprehensive and insightful theory that has had a lasting impact on psychology and other fields. While there are some limitations to his ideas, his work remains highly influential and continues to inspire new perspectives and research. If you're interested in learning more about Jungian psychology, I recommend checking out some of our other videos on Carl Jung and other topics related to psychology and mental health. If you enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and share it with others who may also find it interesting. If you're new here, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on our future videos. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again soon.